Thank you and welcome again to our lesson. Still, we are in grade 6, Science and Technology, and we are looking at how to enter data into Microsoft Excel. That is lesson 2. The question is, how do you enter data into an Excel sheet? What is data? Data is information that you want to put into the Excel sheet. So, I have a question. How do you enter such data into a computer? This is grade 6 Turner merit list. You want this data into the Excel form so that you can do the addition, you can do the subtraction, you can multiply, you can play with the data that is given here. So the question is, how do you enter such data into an Excel sheet? Very simple. First of all, you need to open your Excel sheet, and that is our Excel sheet. By now, you know how to open an Excel sheet. Once you open an Excel sheet, you're going to find that in an Excel is arranged with column and rows. We have the columns. These are the columns, these ones. They are labeled in alphabets, A, B, C, D. There are very many. So you realize these are what we call the columns. These ones, they run from top to bottom. And then an Excel sheet is also arranged with the rows. The rows run horizontally from left to right. So you'll find they are numbered number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way. The cells are very many. If you check here, you'll find the rows are very many. You cannot even finish using all of them. Then you also find that even the columns are very many. The columns are very many. You see how that is only 170. So the columns are also very many when it comes to Excel sheet. So when we want to enter data into an Excel sheet, it is very simple to enter data into an Excel sheet. Remember, where the column and the row meet, they form a cell. This one is a cell. This is a cell that is under column B, row 4. So this is a cell. What is a cell? A cell is a small box in which we enter data in. You cannot just enter data anywhere. You must put it in a cell. Like this one is an active cell. So when I want to enter data, I'll click on the cell. I'll double click on the cell like this one. That is a cell. Then when I double click on it, then I can enter data in that cell. So how do we get to input data into a computer? We use columns and rows. We use columns and what? And rows. So now let's enter our data. First of all, I'll put the title. The title is grade 6 grade 6 Turner merit list. Grade 6 Turner merit list. So I'll enter my data, that is grade 6. I'll first of all title it grade 6 Turner merit list. That is the first thing I'll do. Then I'll come and define. Here I want my number to be here. This is the number of the child. Then the second column, I'll put what? Names. That is where the names of the learner should be. And then the third one, I'm going to put there English. Then I put there Kiswahili. Then I put there mathematics. Then I go to integrated science. Then I'll go to creative arts and social studies. Then I'll get the total of what the data I want to put. So that is how one I'll do. Then number two, I'll have 8 learners. So I'll put the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are my learners. So I'm going to put in the names of the learners and their marks in the way they appear in my rough copy. So let's do that. So you realize that as we put in data, you realize that my names cannot fit in the cell that I want them to fit in. So what do? I'll come here and extend the cell so that the names fit in well. Once I have put the names like that, then I can reduce even the size of the numbers. So that number has reduced, because I don't need it to be big, I want it to be small. Then now I can come and put in data. So let me put in data very fast. So you realize that I've put in my data. If you look very well, you see I've put in my data, and that is how you enter data into an Excel sheet, by putting the right data in the right cell. So you realize that when I click on this one, 40, this is a cell, 45 is a cell representing the marks Evans Mindy has in English. So when I click on that, you realize that where the column meets the row, that is where the data is, in a certain cell representing what Kisogo has in English. If I click here, that will be Kiswahili. You realize the column has moved. When I move this way, the column moves. So that is how you represent. So basically that is how data is entered into an Excel sheet using you use the keyboard. That one you learn it in other learning areas. So use the keyboard to enter in data. So I've entered in my data. So in the next lesson, we will be looking on how to work out simple operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division using this data that we have entered in here. Also, what's worth mentioning is that I might want to put this one into a table. So what I'll do, I'll highlight it, then I'll go to home. I'll come here where there are borders. I'll pick the border that is completely all borders. When I click on it, it will highlight my work and put it into a very neat borders. So it will highlight my work that way, and you'll be able to see that. I can also change these headers to be bold. I'll click on B to make them bold. I can also even decide my names should be bold to look different. They are now bold. I can also maybe underline all the names. If you check well, the names have been underlined, but I don't want them underlined, so I'll remove the underline. So I can also make them italics. They look like that. I can also change the font. I can come here and pick the theme I want. Maybe say Algerian. That's how it looks like. You realize it is the font is bigger. I don't want them into italics. Yes, so I can enlarge this one. Yes, so I can change using these features here, which you've learned so far, maybe using the Word document. Then I can make this increase maybe in size by increasing the font here. I can make it maybe 14, and you'll see it is bigger. So I can increase. I can also change this one and make it also 14. Yes, it becomes big like that. Then I can also increase this the title and make it maybe 20, and you'll see I can also delete this one by deleting the row, and then that is how my work looks like. I can make it even better and better. I can also bold the numbers and even use the Algerian numbering so that they look uniform. So that is that. That is how you do it. I can even change the color of this one by clicking here. You see it's red. I can pick any color that I want. Any color that I want. I want green, I want blue. So I can change that one. Even the names, I can put them in the same, and it looks very beautiful. So that is basically how you enter data into a computer. So next time we look at how do we use simple operations in an Excel sheet. So that is it. Have a enjoy as you continue practicing on the same.